Okay, and I asked the tester, do you have to have the seat belt on here when you're doing all this? He said, anytime you sit down in the seat, just put the seat belt on. So I'm going to put it back on. Now, this is called the lab test. Leaks, alarms, and buttons is what it stands for. So, after we've shut off our No Child Left Behind alarm, you come back, put your seatbelt on, you're going to turn the key to run, and you're going to take the parking brake off. With no brakes applied, you want to check your air gauges and make sure that they don't lose any more than 2 pounds of pressure in 1 minute. And they have done fine. They haven't lost any pressure. So we're going to go to the next step. The next step is to apply your service brake with your foot. And then you don't want to lose any more than 3 pounds of pressure in 1 minute on your air gauges. Okay, we're pretending it's been a minute for this video. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to pump the air out of the brakes, and your low air alarm should come on at 60. So my needle's going down. Right there, right around 60-ish, there's your low air buzzer. Okay, then you're going to pump the air on down, and your brake button will pop out between 40 and 10, and that means your spring brakes are popped on. And there's your brake button, and it looks like it was probably somewhere around 30-ish, 40-ish, somewhere in there. So between 40 and 10. Okay, then you're going to start the bus up and build the air back up in your brakes. Tanks, build the air in the tanks back. And while the bus is doing that, you're going to check the interior of your bus. Okay, so right here, you're going to do the 3 B's: backs, bottoms, and bolts. So all the seats are bolted securely, the bottoms are secured, and the backs are secured. Tell your tester I'll check all the seats the same way. I have 4 window exits clearly marked with stickers. I'm going to check for the buzzer and that it opens and closes properly. Buzzer works and the window does open and close properly, and I would check the other 3 window exits the same way. Okay. We'll check both emergency doors. Side emergency door, the buzzer works and it opens and closes properly. I have 3 head guards, 1 over each door. Want to make sure they're secured and they're not ripped up. Okay. Then we're going to go back and check the rear door. You want to make sure both these doors work, because these are most likely the ones you'll be using if you have to do an emergency evacuation. Okay. Buzzer works, door opens and closes. If you notice, all the handles on our emergency exits are red. Alright, now we have 2 roof hatches that are also exits. You want to have it popped up before you open it. So let me show you how that works. You just push on it. Pop it up. And right here I can see the strobe light is working. So it is secured to the top of the bus and the strobe light is working. Okay, now this little button here, you turn it to exit, little red button, and then you push on the little red button to release this exit. My buzzer works and it does open. Now closing these things is another little trick. There's a channel that you have to get this down in. And it's not always easy on these things because they're chintzy. Get it down in there and then give it a little yank to turn the buzzer off. And then latch it. And you don't have to pull them back down. If it's a nice day, just leave them up, give you some air. And I would check that other one the same way. Now, as I'm walking back up, I want to check my floor covering. I have no holes or rips in the aisle covering. And the metal strips on the side have all their screws in them, no tripping hazards. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do, and this is going to be hard to do, I'm going to have to do it from the inside, is I'm going to ask my tester to go outside and check my lights for me. Because just what we checked inside was the indicators. And just because they work, it doesn't mean the light is working outside. So you're going to turn the bus off. And then you're going to turn it back to run. Make sure your headlights are on. And what you are going to check, he will stand out front and he'll give you a wave or a thumbs up or something when he sees the light that you're checking. But you want your window open because he wants you to yell out the window what you're checking. So I am going to check the left signal, the right signal, the hazards, the brights, and click them a couple of times because if you do it too fast, he might not see them, and hold it for a second. And then you're going to check your student lights, your ambers, and your reds. Okay, and he'll wave at you. And then you're going to close it and say, Joe, would you check my clearance lights? Because you've got some on the front, and then he'll check them as he goes down the side. Okay, he's going to stand in the back where you can see him in your mirror. And you're going to go through all the same lights, except you're going to do brakes on the back instead of headlights. So let's do brakes. He'll give you a little wave. Let's do left signal, right signal, hazards, ambers, and reds. Okay, now he'll wave at you when he's seen everything. He's going to come back up. He'll be checking his little paper off, and he'll give you time to think. Is there anything else I want to add? Because if you get in one spot and remember something that you missed, say up front, say I was doing the rear tire and I forgot something in the front and I thought about it back there. Well, just tell him and explain what you would check on it, and he will go ahead and check that off. Then when he comes back inside the bus, he will wait for you to say, well, I guess I'm done, before he ends your pre-trip. You tell him when you're done. Okay, and at that point, the pre-trip will be over. So this is the end of our pre-trip. I can't think of anything else.